it's great to get in here in the dome just to get a feel for the place and judge the ball and be able to catch punts and deep balls and just get a feel for the quarterbacks, judging the depth perception, all that type of stuff. I like the practice, good effort. Normal Wednesday practice, guys work really hard, a lot of situational stuff, and good enthusiasm for practice, good attitude. Questions?
So fast track like this who does that usually help? Wide receivers? Does it help running backs? Does it make a difference at all, really?
It makes everybody faster. So, I mean, if he's on a slow track, much faster you were there, you'd be that much faster on the fast track. I mean, I always wonder when people say that. I ain't figured it out in 28 years of coaching, so if you can figure it out, tell me. I always figured it was relative because it was a slow track and I was that much faster, I would still be that much faster. If it was a fast track, I'd still be that much faster. I don't know. I really don't. Please research that.
You use some crowd noise?
Oh yeah, we lose crowd noise. This is a loud place, it can be loud, and I think it helps concentration and focus, and you always want to make sure you cover all your bases and just be able to communicate and talk.
Coach, you're at the Rose Bowl the last 2 years, you're at the Georgia Dome in the season to last here. What's it like to play in these iconic places, and do the players kind of appreciate that?
Oh, they do. I mean, they really, these are the games that you want to be in. These are the Orange Bowl was before that, even the 2 Rose Bowls. I mean, to be able to say this senior class playing an Orange Bowl, 2 Rose Bowls, and a Peach Bowl, all major New Year's Day, New Year's 6 bowl games. I mean, and have an appreciation for it. And I think as you even get older, I think you have a greater appreciation. Now, these players do, because they know, they aspire. When they were little kids, that was the games they turned on either New Year's Eve or New Year's Day, and you watched all those games. People forget. It used to be the Sugar Bowls and all them were on New Year's Eve too. Remember a couple of those Alabama Notre Dame games and all that. I used to remember watching as a kid and then watch that you wanted to be. You always dream. If I'm in college football, I want to be in one of these games. They appreciate it.
What's this month meant for Sean in his development coming off the 2-game start at the end of the year?
I think great confidence. I think feeling comfortable in his role, and then getting almost get a whole spring, got 15 practices that we'll have. So it's like another spring. I think just reestablishing himself and putting himself in a comfort zone. I think his leadership is even going up more and more. I think he feels more comfortable, just the whole command of everything.
And Coach, going along with that, with Sean, in for a couple weeks now, how has this offense evolved from the beginning of the season until now?
I mean, we grew. First of all, I think offensive line-wise. I think early. I think even though we ran the ball at times, we still were inconsistent. A lot of pass protection. Our receivers have grown. I think we've grown everywhere. I think this has been a very great job by our offensive staff of developing players along with such young offense and so many combinations up front of the trick and the young tight ends. Those receivers taking over the roles. But I've got to be the guy now. They're freshmen and sophomores and an occasional junior in that group. Dalvin taking the leadership role. That okay, I got to go make these plays every week, and he does. I mean, I just seen this whole. I mean, overall, extremely pleased. I'm excited to where this thing can really, really go. And
being so young, the challenges in the beginning of the year compared to now.
It's still, what you want to do and what they're capable of doing early in the year, you had to be very limited because you couldn't overload them. And still the same thing, you got to be careful. But just watching their confidence grow and everything, it's playing, calling the game, what you're able to put in a game plan has really increased and made it, fun's not the word, much more challenging, but fun in a good way. You're watching these guys just grasp more, and then they start to make those plays you talk about, and you see them come off with that big smile on their face. You know what I mean? Like, okay, I can do this now. You know what I mean? You're just watching them grow like your own kid. It's fun.
Coach Sanders, what are some of the things that make him such an important part of the staff?
Well, I mean, he does a great job. He's been in a leadership role before as a coordinator. Great knowledge of the game. Been in big games before and everything, and I think if I'm in there, not in there, what can do, how to run things, the way things go. But we have a very experienced staff in general. He and Coach Dawsey work very well together, but he has done a great job with our quarterbacks and just overall knowledge of the game of football and just how you practice reading teams. It's also very important as a coach. You got to read your players. You know what I mean? And I think that's where the experience of our staff really helps us. And Randy does a great job of that too.
He talked about today about you guys kind of splitting play calling duties some. How does that go with you? I mean, you've been calling plays for
I did
years.
For at the beginning, and then in the middle, because there's some areas I needed to get into and would be there, but it would still be communicating through the headset with him at times. And then there were some games I said, okay, I got it. You know what I'm saying? He gets ready to prepare, and I prepare to do it, and then take off. And at the end, it took a couple back. Just I felt good about where we were and some other things that allowed me to put more time into it. In the middle, just keeping communication because I needed we had to grow in so many areas. I had to spend a lot of time in other areas that way. But I knew his experience, but our philosophies, and we talked through everything, and of course we're on the headset together the whole time with him. So
Is that something, I know Coach Bowden did it eventually, Mark Richt did it eventually, where he gave play calling duties up. Is that something you can see yourself doing?
maybe one day down the road, totally, and how it goes. I don't know if I'm totally ready for that, but at times I am. I didn't. You just got to have the experience to know where I need to be with the team at times. You know what I'm saying? But I know that you got a guy there who can do a great job of it.
Well, that's what I was going to say. How much does it help to have him?
Oh yeah, tremendously, tremendously.
Is it tough to hand over the keys a little bit on that because you've been doing it for so
Oh, no
long?
doubt. I mean, you feel like you're not doing anything. You know what I'm saying? And trying to, but it worked out good. It worked out good for us.
With Sean, talking about Sean's leadership development, has it helped in terms of the guys buying in that he has had that stop and go?
Yeah, I think it is. And he's been there with him through his ups and downs. He's suffered downs just like they have, and then he battled back and shows. You have a lot of respect for people like that. You watch him step up and make plays in big games. There's no doubt.
Did Mario put in trouble with the team?
No, he didn't. Since he's been out, it's been a time. He has a little girl. He spent time with his family and just the health issues. I mean, just at the end, that lung, that's just getting healthy, and he wants to spend some time at home.
Get a medical red shirt for him, Coach? Is that
Well,
what it looks like?
hopefully we can. We're going to apply for one, most definitely.
Chad Mavetti out.
Sorry?
Chad Mavetti out.
I can't really say.
Mavetti, is he out?
Yes, he'll be out.
How about Featherston, Coach?
Most likely Featherston may be out too. His back, it's bothering him. It's bothering him pretty good, so it looks like he's going to be out.
Some of you guys talked about Sean's personality and just beyond just the perseverance, he's just a guy that players like.
He's a normal guy. He's a great person. He's a better person than he is anything. He's a great guy, and guys respect that. I mean, he doesn't, because he's a quarterback, he doesn't have an ego. He has confidence in what he does, but he's one of them. He likes to be a guy. He's a guy's guy. He spends a lot of time with the players. He's just a genuine good person.
I know he spoke to you after the Clemson game when you decided you were going to go with Everett again. And he was frustrated, but did you see that on the field at all, or did he?
No, because I explained it to him, and he should have been. I'm glad he was frustrated. You know what I mean? But like I say, as a coach, sometimes you got to make decisions based off the big picture, and the big key was that we communicated through it all. I was honest with him, and where I saw him staying, because he was worried that meant maybe I don't get another chance. No, I didn't mean that. It's just right now where I think we are, and it eventually worked out good.
Any more?